A person close to your heart, your treasure, your desired partner. Yes, maybe they can't decide. Or you're not sure if they even want to enter into a committed life partnership or relationship with you. So I don't want to focus on whether they want to, but rather if they will. Because we want to know not if they want to and can't in that direction, but if they will enter into it. Or for some people, it might be a friends with benefits situation, and the question is, will it stay as friends with benefits? Or will it develop into something more for a committed relationship? Or does he want to keep it strictly in the friends with benefits area? Or just this, we meet up and do something, but I don't know. You're left hanging, you want clarity, so let's take a look now. Dear ones, you know, we are in a collective. Person cards are gender neutral and form a collective. A reading may not apply to everyone. And I took the question from the comments. And thank you for that. And thank you for always giving me tips and suggestions. Also writing what kind of reading we can do. I also saw another question, and it will definitely be addressed for sure. And yes, now let's take a look to see if your treasure, your beloved, your desired partner will enter into a committed relationship with you, or if it will remain as it is. Or perhaps, yes, for some a P1F plus, friendship plus. And now let's take a look. A very warm, loving hello, a heartfelt thank you to you all. You are so wonderful. Your comments, the warmth, I am touched anew every day. You are so wonderful. You are enchanting truly. Thank you for being there, dear ones. Many, many heartfelt thanks. So let's take a look. Then let's just see. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. We have the 10 of wands, 10 of wands. So for some, it's about a heavy burden. Something is weighing on them. In any case, we have a theme of responsibility, right? Yes. And right now, there's something he needs to let go of. And what he needs to let go of, what this is about. What he's holding on to, we'll definitely look into that. And, we'll definitely get clarity. And in any case, there are really worries and problems here that you might also be pushing away. Yes, a process of letting go. So something is holding him back. We'll look closely at what it is, as I said. And yes, it's a topic, but also yes, to take responsibility. Responsibility is also a topic here. And then we'll just see what exactly it is. But something is still unresolved here. This is already becoming quite clear now. So now we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Yes. So there is something like there is nothing about different things. He is always on the run. There are various strategies that he might always apply a little here and tries to get out a bit, to steal away. Maybe deceive a little too, a bit of deception involved, but definitely always on the run. That is a secret. Something is here, and we have the theme of responsibility again. Yes, so responsibility seems to be a big point here, but let's see what exactly it's about. But yes, there is a bit of dishonesty. Dishonesty, maybe towards you, maybe towards oneself. Towards oneself, I would say, definitely. Because somehow, the first cards already say something doesn't fit. And maybe it's also like this when you have a conversation. Or something like that, that when it comes to various topics, or especially regarding relationships or something, you kind of beat around the bush, maybe also talk not, get straight to the point. So, and then we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, I find that somehow super sweet, this combination now, Page of Cups, because it's also like this. He doubts, right? We have something doubtful here too, and somehow, as I said, always kind of pulling out of the situation. So, yes. And he is a bit rigid, a bit cool at times as well. Because here it already shows insecurity. But there is something in him that has to do with love. There is also a strong emotional closeness. As for what exactly it concerns, as I said, this is getting really exciting. But something is in motion here because we do have movement also lying here. Something is happening here because somehow he is already curious. We are now in the area of the question of a relationship with you. Best life partnership. And there is something here, which means these doubts, this back and forth a bit with him as well. But as I said, curiosity is there, but it definitely has to do with feelings. So there, I would say we are already on a movement, a bit in the course direction. Love, but how far or what exactly and what is really going on here, we will look at now. So let's put that aside for now. And then let's take a look. Congratulations. I will focus on the question again. So, what we saw earlier beats the doubts. They are also showing themselves very clearly. So, now let's take a look. We need a bit more clarification. We're almost there. Okay. Good. The sheet is completed and we take a look. So, or rather, I'll tell you, because we already have the perspective. So with your loved ones, it is really very evident here. The doubts, he really doubts himself because fundamentally he is truly worried, which is now also clearly showing. We have a topic of responsibility here. We've already had it here twice. Responsibility, we have it here again. The responsibility, there are these worries. He really has a problem with it. There is such a disappointment also with his inner self. There is this, actually, he has a little problem. It's not a problem. He makes it a problem out of it, yes, but it's really just a little problem. Because there is nothing here that cannot be solved. Only he is completely uncertain. Fundamentally, he is here partially. Yes, this curiosity is also shown again. The curiosity in your direction. This curiosity too, but somehow not quite. He doesn't know what to do to bring this trust properly into a committed relationship. And whether he can give it to you, that's what it's about. And because he is already, well, there is this kind of mystery. We have the mystery very clearly, the mystery concerning the feelings, the emotions, the very big mystery. And then he makes a secret out of it because he definitely shows you something different, which is not the case. So what's really going on inside him? So something different is shown outwardly towards you. And the mystery is also that he doesn't tell you what it's really about for him here. He deceives. It's a deception maneuver. We had the deception here, we have the deception again here, and he makes that very clear. Basically, it's like this. He is actually worried. He is really worried and he has the sorrow. These are also inner tears, if I may put it that way, because let me say, he's such a cold-hearted coyote, as he might show to you, maybe one or the other. This coldness that is shown to you, that's the thing that's not really him. I have a lot of emotion here with your beloved person, and I also have a lot of fears with your beloved person. I have the fears, I have subtle insecurity, and it's like this. It's this solid, stable thing. That's actually where he wants to go. Only he sees himself differently. He shows you something completely different. As I said, he shows you a bit of this coldness. Hey, no, just leave it like that. And I don't love you. I have no feelings there. Or I don't want to have a committed relationship. He's a bit of a sly one, a bit of a trickster. So I have to say that as well. So it's very important. What I also want to mention, even if my words repeat, also from other videos, it's just that I don't always have, I don't know, a big dictionary where I can always use many, many different words. That's why various statements repeat themselves again and again with me. But we are all not machines, and that's always human as well. And I would like to say that again. It's like this with people close to the heart. He really has a very, very big problem with himself. This little sly one we have here, this little rascal, that's because he makes things a bit easier for himself. He likes to take the easy way. He also likes to push me away. But what he mainly likes to push away are his emotions. That's his issue, because fundamentally, he is actually not happy in the situation. He's deceiving himself. I have here that he has a completely false image of himself. Namely, that this is just an affair, nothing serious, and so on. No, I don't want that. That's not what he really wants. He's actually unsure if we're only talking about you. If he can even provide you with this stability, if he can meet you completely at eye level. Because let me put it this way, with one or the other, maybe he hasn't been entirely truthful. And then, no, that fits, and that's okay, because you are really kind and totally understanding, because I see you as very understanding. And you are a very warm-hearted person, and you really want to give him everything to be there for him. You want the stability. And he is then like this, I don't know if I can really make her completely happy now if everything fits. And he also doesn't really know, as I said, maybe not quite the truth, or not really what's actually going on in his life. How many problems he actually has, what discrepancies there are maybe with his environment, with work, with finances. There are also some tensions indeed. He has also had his own experiences. For him, it's like a protection. He is actually protecting himself from the protection, this running away, being hurt, or not being able to give that. Because some people, I can see that he really has a strong fear of loss here. Because he sees himself as quite small, and that's what he doesn't show you. You might feel that something is not right. And then it's also like this, I already sense a slight tendency here that you might have shown him too much emotion, too much feeling too quickly, and perhaps also repeatedly, or once or several times, depending, as we know, we are in a collective, perhaps conveyed repeatedly. You have, no, watch out, please decide, I want a decision here. And that's when he keeps running away a bit. Then he says, no, it's just an affair, I don't have any feelings or anything like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be an affair. It could also be that he generally tells you, no, I don't want a relationship. We can certainly stay in contact, or back and forth, everything's okay. I need more time, give me more time. But fundamentally, what he's pushing away is his own fear, the fear of failing, that he can't handle it properly at all, and that he can't give you what you deserve, because he sees you as a wonderful person. But it's like this, as I said, he's a bit of a sly one. As I said, he also notices a little that you are very loving and very understanding. Here I say in this reading, a bit too understanding. And there, he doesn't mean it maliciously, but he does take advantage of it a little. But as I said, you can also dismiss it if it doesn't fit collectively. But basically, it really is like that. He wants this stability. He wants a committed relationship with you. He wants to have this strong connection with you, because a lot has already shifted within him internally. And those are also his thoughts. Of course, he always pulls out this no, and let's just do it this way and that way. But you will also feel it yourself. If you have an affair, a friends with benefits situation, it's not just sex. You also feel that there's much more to it. You feel it. Because this is truly the change I see within your loved one's inner self here.
And there is truly love involved. There's this, at the beginning, I have the friendship here. Maybe the friendship between you two has been going on for a bit longer. Maybe you also have some kind of hobby together or something work-related. Although I would like to exclude work a bit here. I just generally see these shared interests between you two. As I said, work is always a bit excluded. So I don't want to go too far out on a limb, but as I said, collectively. And it's like this, these are his issues. He also has issues from the past. And he doesn't really know himself where he should be heading. And he always tries to convince himself of it. Massive, yes, this false perspective. He is so insecure, actually. And he is afraid that he is really the failure, that he can't give you that. Here we are on the topic of responsibility. Because he knows for himself, the relationship, it would actually be really beautiful because he never wanted it either. The friendship, as I said, is there, but the responsibility of this, gasping, oh my God, this firm, stable, help if I can't manage this. And there, whoosh, he keeps slipping back here. He wants it. He is actually completely in this change. Because there are very, very many points of contact. And as I said, he actually didn't want it because he said no, only sexually. But he found you very interesting from the beginning because you have something about you, your charisma, and that's what he doesn't know. Your charisma, but your personality, your warmth, this cordiality. And above all, I also see that he is very impressed by how you stand in your life and how you stand by yourself, your self-confidence. And he tells himself, I can always do this in stages and through different phases. Can I perhaps really put on a good show here, my entertainment here, and then done? You might also notice in communication that he sometimes withdraws a bit or something like that. But he is a bit reluctant to face you honestly when it comes to feelings. He definitely loves you. And as I said, it was just friendship. And the friendship has become very, very, very stable. So I say, it's amazing what's going on inside him. This friendship, this closeness he felt with you, which he himself didn't know. We're back to the topic of uncharted territory. And that he doesn't know. He can't keep it superficial here, even if he might have kept it a bit superficial with other relationships. Not here, because a lot more has really happened here. The love has intensified. And there is so much warmth, and he feels that too. He feels it very, very, very strongly. And it can really be that when you have contact, you meet, you have a meeting, no matter what you do during this meeting. And then suddenly, whoosh, he might not say anything anymore or just leave, but becomes cooler. But this coolness has nothing to do with you. This coolness is entirely about him because he starts to waver again. This insecurity, this nervousness, he becomes nervous. He doesn't know how to handle it. However, he presents himself differently here. We have the program. The switch is flipped. The entertainer is back in the game. He's on. But fundamentally, he wants rather a stable relationship. And I see the movement, the transformation into love, into the stability of your relationship. That doesn't mean that in a few weeks or so, a committed partnership will immediately form here, but I see the movement. I see it happening a bit more slowly. Yes, I must unfortunately add, but I see double happiness here. Included with it, I have the new beginning, the transformation, the change within himself, the alteration. And I see the change so strongly here that everything that still complicates the whole situation is completely pushed away. It dissolves. I see the detachment from his issues. I see movement in it. And his fears are also dissolving. His fears that he is then the failure, because he is increasingly coming into this area, feeling this closeness with you. But it means even if he says, no, I don't want a relationship, no, I don't love you. Something like that, just spoken in my own words. Just smile at it, but also feel into yourself, which is very important. You know, we are here in the collective. I unfortunately have to keep saying it. And it's like this. There are still a few misunderstandings. It's like this. You might feel misunderstood by him. And believe me, inside him, he feels it. I would say maybe not as intensely as you do yet, but more than he ever thought possible. So I really have love in the game. And his determination would really intense. And she has an absolute focus, and that focus is also on the relationship with you. I would say a little bit. We have a candidate here who perhaps doesn't really talk about his feelings and emotions. He tends to do it more like this, subtly, through gestures. You might also notice different gestures, a different look. And suddenly, yes, he stands in front of you, then we have a bit of uncertainty, and he stands in front of you. And it's like as if just say, if we want to go eat together, he's actually waiting for you to say, hey, you feel like it, shall we go eat together? But it takes a bit longer here, not right away. But there's a bit of, he needs a little nudge, always. So just a tiny bit that you give him a word or something. Or, hey, I'm so hungry right now. So maybe not directly ask, are we going to eat? But rather, wow, my stomach is really growling now. Such an incredible hunger I have right now. And that's when he can jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, me too. And then, yeah, cool, do we want to eat something? So this relaxed vibe, this lightness, because there's always a little bit of, oh, this lightness, that's a bit missing for me. But it's all coming. Here I really have the movement in it, lying for a solid life partnership for both of you. So now let's take another look at the tendency. What else do we get there? Oh God, how wonderful. So we have the cups again. So we really have love in play here. So there's no question about it. And we have the second cup. And it means your loved one has the conflict with themselves. Absolute conflict, their insecurity. As I said, the little problem. It's just a little problem that he makes into a big deal, something huge. But it's really just a little problem. And it can be solved very quickly because he is totally dissatisfied with himself. Nothing fits right. He's fooling himself, the good guy. So, and then we have the conflict will definitely be overcome. He will manage it because he feels the connection to you. And this attraction, this magnetic pull is so strong. And we have here loving movements are happening, movement in your direction, this coming together. What did I tell you earlier? This, give him a hint. Hey, wow, I'm so hungry now. Unbelievable. I think I totally forgot to eat all day. He is also hungry then. So as I said, this connection, this coming together, I love it in this form. But it will also be like that. So really, go out there. Out of the doubt that has been here all the time, it will be resolved. Because I have quite a lot of activity. More and more the touch of the heart. Allowing this. Allowing love, confronting one's inner obstacles. So, and then fantastic. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So there really are. It moves out of this rigidity, a complete breakout from his situation, a turn, a change. So really amazing. The time is ripe now because he is coming into harmony with himself and overcoming his own problems that he has. And there is really movement also with the game. And these unresolved problems, he is now in the process of overcoming them. As I said, we have it a bit slower in terms of movement, but the ball is rolling. And once it starts rolling, it reaches a point, whoosh, then it goes really fast. Then it's as if it had only been me. I go there, you do this, you undertake that, you stay over at each other's places here and there. Then maybe there's my family gathering, and then it's like, of course, you're part of it. Where you say, what do you mean I'm part of it? For him, it's obvious. In that sense, of course, you're part of it. So from that perspective, I have seen him very, very emotionally, as I said, lying here, revealing what's going on inside him. And a committed relationship is indicated here between the two of you. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.